Hey everybody, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program RP-0. We are joining the Venus Return project, ironically, as it has just made its, it's entered into Mars's SOI, because this thing, I don't know, Mech Jeb glitched out, or I don't know what happened, but after making a successful burn to Venus, was way off course. I don't know, maybe it flew by the moon, or did something. But its trajectory was thrown way off, and we were able to magically somehow get it on a course for Mars. And while it probably won't be coming back to Earth, we are going to make a correction here to get the periapsis down for a Aero-Capture. We'll do a bunch of science, and then we'll assess the state of all of our remaining delta V about possibly getting this thing back to Earth, although I'm not hopeful on that front to any degree whatsoever. Alright, periapsis currently at 42 kilometers, which appears to be our magic number. I'm going to wait to get it a little closer to Mars before I start programming in all the shutdown and reboot procedures. What's our battery looking like? Completely full. Excellent. So in the meantime, I'm going to retract a couple of these solar panels. And while we're here, we might as well get some distant science for these biosamples. I wonder if I forgot what instruments I put on this, so I'm just going to do a total radio in. And we will just skip over what we don't need, so we can go ahead and fast forward the 15 or some odd minutes until we start getting the commands back from the Venus Return project, which probably warrants a rename at this point. It's not going anywhere near Venus, and it's probably not going to be returning. Biological sample, we will keep that just in case. And the radio in command should be coming in shortly. Okay, biological sample, we can reset that one. Orbital telescope we've got. Reset. In the film return camera, high over Mars. I don't know if that... I think that one can be reused several times. I think we're going to keep it for now. If I have to reset it in a moment, I will. But we're going to open up our resource transfer thing. Science into our surveyor core, modular science, film return camera transfer, solar particle collector. Oh, we have data there. We can transfer that. And what else we have? One of these biological samples. There it is. Transfer. Okay, so all of that has been collected. We'll close that out. And now I guess it closes things up when it's done with them. So now we can start planning in earnest for our capture. Our angle is not nearly what I would have liked it to have been. Seeing as how it's not coming back to Earth, some flybys of Phobos and Deimos would have been nice. But you know, you got to take what you can get. So just 2 days, 2 hours. We're gonna let that come down quite a bit. Oh man, all the spinning and stuff is really throwing me off here. 1 day. How long we got now? A day. Still a day. I'm supremely bad at the time warping, so I'm sorry if this is getting a little crazy. Alright, 7 hours. Perfect. Oh, okay, good. We still do have a connection. Alright, sorry, I meant to stay out here and get this delay programmed in. Let's see what our altitude is going to be about here. And there it is. Altitude 103. That's in 7 hours 45 minutes, so maybe we'll program our shutdown for 7 hours 48 minutes. Let me go ahead and just type that in now. 7 hours 48 mic. And we can kill that maneuver because we don't need it mucking up our maths. or our waypoint. So in 7 hours 48 minutes, I would like you to retract panels. Wait, did I do that math backwards again? Yeah, because that's 7 hours 7 minutes. Dang it. Set delay to 0. Cancel command. 7 hours 7 minutes. That's 7 hours 5 minutes. It's about where it was, so we'll just go for 7 hours all stop. Alright, now then, in 7 hours, retract, come around to this side, retract, deactivate that antenna and deactivate that antenna. Make sure this one's programmed for Earth. No, it is not. Alright. Set our delay back to 0. Target needs to be Earth. Alright, brilliant. So in about, we'll just say 8 hours, 20 minutes, just random shot off the top there, we will activate this antenna. God, did that program. I really hate when this does this. Nope. Okay, activate. And we will extend these panels and these panels. Make sure that one took. Yep, okay. 2 panels extending. And we would like to collect some science while we're in there. 7 hours, 6 minutes. I imagine we'll be in the atmosphere for a minute, so 7 hours, 7 minutes. While hopefully inside Mars's atmosphere, I don't know if the film return canister will work there, but we'll see what it can do. I mean, maybe. If not, we can always just retake the pictures outside the atmosphere. And just to see if we can, let's analyze telemetry up there too. Okay, so here's hoping that our boot sequence is good and everything is coordinated well, etc., etc. When we're getting a little closer to Mars, I will reorient the craft accordingly. I can move my data window over there, and now we can just speed up time. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, that's the command being canceled. Alright. Maybe this is probably the more spectacular view. Oh wow. Just to appreciate that for a moment or two. Holy crap, that's awesome. Alright, we should probably come out of time warp very soon. Not just yet, though. We still have 1 hour and 15 minutes, and I don't want to throw that periapsis off by a whole lot by spinning things around just yet. So we'll just... No, I should have placed a maneuver node just for the timing on the node. Dumb. Wow. Okay. 33 minutes until stuff starts retracting. Maybe we'll just reorient then. Perhaps. Eek. Hold on. Let me make sure my fuels are unlocked and go back to it before SAS decides to waste a bunch of fuel. Hello again, Mars, my old nemesis. I'm not going to try to land on you this time. Alright, let's get ourselves facing to prograde. And we can go ahead and wax this delay. Alright, wow, what is going on? Why is it fighting me on this? We're nowhere near an atmosphere. There shouldn't be any forces acting on it. Oh, I guess it's just like the weird point where there isn't quite a thruster, but then there is. Alright, stop that roll. Come on. Let's get you facing something here. Okay, now all we have to do is hope to all that is high and holy that it doesn't spin around and start tumbling through the atmosphere when we get there. So, alright, fingers crossed everybody, we're going in. No connection. 125, there's the thunk of the atmosphere. 3 minutes until we run our sciencey things. And current speed is 5.9 kilometers per second. So this stage actually has a bunch of fuel, but that engine only has one ignition. So we're going to hopefully avoid using all of our thrusters, or avoid using the engine and only use the thrusters as much as we can. Once we've established an orbit, then we will assess the viability of a return flight using Mech Jeb and calculations and seeing what we have as far as delta V and how much all of that would really take us, because I would really like to get a return mission. I feel like that's the next logical step for our space program, is to go out to places and then bring stuff back, and well, the feasibility of crewed missions of this caliber are just not a thing. So we're doing what we can with what little we have available to us. Alright, 2 minutes. I will not be time warping through this because I'm super nervous that things will destroy themselves. Do I really only have one short comm antenna? I do. Uh-oh. That's no good. Well, as long as the big dish boots up, and I mean there are satellites in orbit that'll hopefully help us out. No, this has yet to require an input from me, which is nice. So far, I don't think that trend is going to remain at all. Everything is tucked neatly under our heat shield hat. Alright, it's about 2 minutes to periapsis, right? I should look, nope, 1 minute. So I guess my maths over here was just a bit further off than I'd like, but we're getting some good heating on that heat shield now. Altitude currently 50 kilometers. Speed 5.8 kilometers per second. We're starting to deviate from the prograde just a little bit. I'm honestly scared to start trying to fight against it. Yeah, just a little deviation. It's not too bad yet. Imagine though it'll only get worse as we get into some of this thicker atmosphere. Still 20 seconds from periapsis, an altitude of 41 kilometers, rate of descent's about 100 meters per second. Not too bad, but wow, this thing is really getting some heat going. I don't remember any of the previous two flights having nearly this much heating effect. We are captured. How can we maintain an orbit? That would be really nice. Okay, yeah, it's starting to wane a little to its right side. Like maybe the weight balance on these scientific instruments was not as perfect as I thought it was. 25 million meter our current apogee, apoapsis. Why can't I make the view something that I am pleased with? Alright, it looks like that's the best we're going to do. We are ascending again. 14 million is our current current apoapsis. Still falling pretty fast though. We're down to 11 just in the time it took me to say that sentence. Eek. Alright, well, we're getting some good collection back on our data, which I can't move out of the way of flight computer, which I guess you can go away. Biological sample, 70 science while flying at Mars. We'll keep that. Film return camera over Mars's Midlands, 140 science. My god. Yeah, we'll keep that. Biological sample again? That can't be right. We already used one. Alright. We're at 46 kilometers. Current apoapsis is 6 million meter and falling. Man, I hope we can get out of this. Come on, keep climbing, dude. You can do it. Yeah, I guess we cannot collect solar particles well in the atmosphere, and that makes perfect sense. So the second we're out of it, which maybe I'll just run it now, collect solar particles, no connection, obviously. I'd like to get some low Mars science while I'm here. That just makes plenty of sense, doesn't it? I think we nailed this. Apoapsis is at 4.7 million or so. Altitude is 53 kilometers and climbing steady. All right. I think we're golden. I think we've got this Aero-Captured Mars thing nailed to the floor. Watch me speak entirely too soon. Watch it fall tragically back on the other side of the planet. Don't jinx it, dude. Don't jinx it. Not bad. Yeah, our battery draw isn't nearly as bad as I thought it would be for that. And yeah, we've got plenty of ablator. So here's hoping. Maybe we can get this thing back to Earth. I don't know. There's lots of fuel in that stage, and even some full tanks down here. And this the core itself has about 1 kilometer per second, give or take. And I'm super confident in our abilities to Aero-Capture and deorbit at Earth. All we have to do is get the angle right, and we'll be good to go. I just don't know what altitude that is. I mean, I guess it's going to be pretty much the same for like a lunar free return, right? You just, 65 or so kilometers, and hope it doesn't explode. Oh, dude, this is going extraordinarily well. I must say. Yeah, we're through the thickest part. This rate of descent on our apoapsis is pretty tiny. F and A. I'm quite pleased with that. We collected some good science while we were there too. It's good, because we're not skipping through that atmosphere ever again. This tank is empty, right? Yeah, okay, good. Oh, I should have pumped fuel. I mean, I guess it wouldn't have helped. We were plenty stable, which is awesome. There's lots of weight up here because there's lots of full fuels, as you can see. All right, well, let's transfer our science over. Science into the surveyor core. Film return camera, transfer. I thought there was a biological sample that we collected in there. What happened to that? Oh, come on. Did I accidentally hit transmit? Motherfucker. Well, damn it. Yeah, I'll say that's the one we already got, which is not responding to the right clicks. And we've got no connection, so there's really nothing we can do to get in time. Oh, yeah, where are we and where's everything else? Yeah, there will be no satellite coming up overhead anytime soon. It's basically we're going to have to swing all the way around to get connection with Earth. No big deal. Alright, let's make sure our boot sequence is still loaded, and we can probably just warp ahead to that. Yeah, 1 hour and 8 minutes. Okay, fingers crossed. I'm going to hit physics time warp. No explosions, no krakens, no explosions, no krakens. Yeah, we're doing good? Okay, there, we're outside the atmosphere. Let's do some real harmless warp. And wait for our boot sequence. Oh, we've got a connection. No, we don't. Never mind. Passing of a satellite is now out of range. No big deal. Oh, man. Okay, that's time to our apoapsis is 21 minutes. So we will have contact established. Excellent. Now that our boot sequence is running, we have reestablished contact with Earth. We'll go ahead and activate our short range and extend the rest of our solar panels. And then we will bump our orbit back up to avoid plummeting to the surface. Extend panels. We're not going to get close to Mars science from this altitude, are we? Let's find out. I mean, that'd be neat, wouldn't it? Take photographs and observe bio. If they're not near science, then we're just not going to do it. That's the big one. 3 million. We will just take that up to partially 150 or so. 117, that's still too low. Yeah, 152. Not bad. Alright, let's get ourselves angled in. Because why not? Oh yeah, let's go ahead and log visual observations. If by any chance we still are in the low realm. Alright, and let's warp on out. So yeah, before the burn we should get our answer on our big science question. Well, maybe not. Okay, well. What are you doing, flight computer? Oh yeah, mere seconds. Alright. I'm a little off the mark as far as timing and angle. There's no reason we can't just fire straight into the prograde. Solar particle analysis. Film return while just above Mars' lowlands. That's another 100. Biological sample while spaced near Mars. 50. We'll keep that. Keep that. And keep that. Alright, we'll keep that too, just in case. Alright, let's round out our burn, and then we'll worry about getting that stuff into the probe core. Oh, hey, look at that. Another orbital telescope. Oh, no bonus, or no loss on transmitting that, so we'll just go ahead and beam that home. 30 science added, alright, and 150 is our new periapsis, so we're at 151 kilometer by 3.6 million meter. That's a shiny spangling orbit. Wow, that is, I don't know, that might be our winner today, because that is really pretty, I have to say. Alright, well, I'm going to, off-camera, tinker with some nodes and play with some things and see how feasible a return trip might be. So I'll pick you guys up in just a second and we'll kind of go over all of that stuff. In the meantime, though, I need to activate this engine so I can see what my Delta V looks like. And unlock the rest of the fuels. So yeah, I'll pick you guys up in just a second. Alright, I did a little fidgeting and waited for Mech Jeb to tell me when the lowest possible Delta V to get us back to Earth would be. And in one shot, I mean, without needing a correction burn, at least according to Mech Jeb, it would cost us almost 2,500 meters per second. It's 2,429.5 meters per second to put us on a free return back to Earth. Currently, in this stage, I have 1,540, and up here I have about 1,000. If I remember from the VAB, I think it was like 1,100 something. So we may actually be able to return this, and I will certainly try. The node time, if I can move this over here, I don't know if you can see these tiny little numbers down here in the screen, but the burn will be in 975 days. So I think we're a go. We're actually going to take the Venus return project, fly it to Mars, and then actually try to return it. So all of my trash talk on this mission is now nigh, because with this might work. We might still be able to do this. I'm just going to transfer all of these sciencey things over. Looks like we're good. Move module inoperable. That was noted. I don't know how much science this thing can hold, if it gets full or anything. So if anybody knows about I mean, module science experiment, module container, that's 8 total. Okay, we're done with that. I don't want to put it away before I do something dumb. So we're going to go for this in 900 some odd days. I'm going to set up the Kerbal alarm clock to add the alarm, and yeah, 2 years, 245 days. So in the meantime, it'll act as a nice comms relay. It'll probably still be here when we send our next flights out to Mars. So, man, this is exciting. I didn't think this thing was actually going to work. But yeah, here's our homecoming trajectory at Earth. As you can see, there's Mars. This is certainly Earth. The only qualm I have with it is apparently we have an encounter with the moon. But judging by the moon's position at that encounter, it's going to affect our trajectory, certainly. It's going to pull us off probably this way. But we can use the moon to help us brake, I'm hoping. Or what I'm hoping for even more is that we can miss the moon entirely and just go straight home. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. So that'll be coming up in like 2 years' time, I guess. Oh, what I forgot to do was check to see if at any point we cross Phobos and Deimos orbit in a reasonable manner. Oh, yeah. Well, no, I guess we are way under there and certainly well inside the orbit. So we should be okay. Man, that is a really inefficient place to start this burn. It is really, really inefficient. Dang it, we're going to be so off angle. Oh no, gravity losses are going to be terrible. We're going for it though. I have made the determination that we are going to try to do this. I have decided that staging in the middle of a burn when you're with a 15-minute delay is totally worth it, and we're doing it. So there's that. And with that, that concludes today's episode, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out. I do appreciate it, and I will see all of you in the next one. Until then, see you later.